How's it going, YouTube? It's your boy TopSynX coming at you with a different type of Duelingbook video today. So today I'm bringing you to Duelingbook because we are going to talk about how to get custom Duelingbook working and how to get that all installed for you guys. So it's a little glimpse behind the magic of how I make my videos, but hey, it can never hurt to teach people how to use it because honestly, it's been a big help to me personally, just visually when I'm playing or watching at Duelingbook. So just for showcase purposes, we're going to go. I'm going to load what vanilla Duelingbook looks like or base Duelingbook looks like, just to give you guys, the rundown of what changes, right? So on just here on this page, you'll see there's these big white bars. These white bars are usually used for text and for searching for stuff. And then when you go into a duel, we'll go into this duel for Phone 999 versus Mr. Peanut Butter. You'll see that there are these big white boxes usually used for text for stuff here, and it's not the worst, and like the sleeves don't look too good, like that level of stuff, right? It's mostly quality of life stuff that we're going to be changing here, but this is just to give you a lowdown of what it looks like. So from here we can just go back to the main menu for posterity here just to make sure everything looks good. So this is also what the main menu looks like for base Duelingbook. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to a website called Tampermonkey.net. Going to Tampermonkey.net is how you install it, obviously. So this works on Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Firefox, Safari, and Opera. Like, this works on almost every operating system as long as it can take add-ons, or at least like Chrome extensions and stuff. So I'm using Chrome for this example, and so down here we'll go to Get from Store, and up here in the top right is the Add to Chrome. A pop-up will show up, or will most likely show up. For me, it doesn't show up in the recording, but it says Add Tampermonkey ? It can read and change all your data on all websites, display notifications, and modify data you copy and paste. Now, yes, this is an add-on that can do a lot to change websites, and it is technically a security risk if it's used improperly. For our purposes, we are only ever going to install a single add-on to it, so we're basically never going to use it for anything but Duelingbook. If you don't use it for anything other than Duelingbook, the risk of anything going on with this is extremely low. Unless you install something into Tampermonkey, nothing that bad happens with it. And I just wanted to make that abundantly clear, because even Tampermonkey here tells you that there's an important warning in advance. Malicious scripts can violate your privacy and act on your behalf. What this does, or what this means, is that like there are some things out there that are malicious, and there's some scripts out there that are malicious, but you can't they can't run basically if you don't install them. So we are going to install a single one, and it is the only time that we're going to install that. I just want to let you guys know, because yes, while this is safe, there are ways that this could be used maliciously, and I wanted to make that abundantly clear. So from here you can close these tabs, and then you will go to the next link that will be in the description. It'll be to a GitHub link. So github.com/Kilburn/custom-Duelingbook. So you'll see Kilburn custom Duelingbook. This is the man behind the legend. These people have been making this great add-on, and it's been wonderful. They're pretty responsive when there's bugs with it and everything. So this is also where you can report those types of things. They have instructions here for installation. It's a easy three-step process, but I'm teaching you guys how to go through it. So we installed Tampermonkey already, and then from here we just click on this link. It will take us to here. This is where we're installing the code, and this is the only time that we're going to be clicking install for Tampermonkey. This is the only time that you're going to need anything like this. So you click install. The page will close for you immediately, and then that is it. You are pretty much done. You can keep this page open if you want, because this will have all types of useful information for customizing it further that I'm telling you how you can do, because there are plenty of other ways that you can customize it. Also, a helpful hint that if you are a player, and you need questions with rulings, if you simply hover over a card and hit F2, it will take you to the database for card rulings and give you and it's amazing. I'll show you it. I'll show you it in a second. So from here, we can just refresh the page. We can actually close the GitHub link. We don't need it. And from here, it'll have a changed background and everything. So we're going to click skip intro to go here, and we'll see Chamber Dragon Maid here. So there are two things of note. One is in the bottom right hand corner. You will see the word macros. You can kind of see where my cursor is next to my big head on the screen. If you click on that, it'll pull up a bunch of macros that you can use for during the duel. It is pretty. They're pretty self-explanatory. One says hello. One's chain, as in I'll chain to that. And then the Nibiru one is very useful. It'll actually remove all monsters, at least from your side of the field, and it will let you spawn a token on the board, and it will calculate the total attack and defense for you instantly, so you don't have to sit there and do the math. Pretty good. It's pretty nice. Some of the macros are a little unnecessary, such as the Verte, Fusion Destiny, send DPE garnets, and send Dragoon garnets, because, you know, DPE is banned, but, or not DPE, sorry, Verte is banned, but I digress. And then the important part, though, for a lot of people is in the bottom left-hand corner. You'll see a gear. When you click that gear, it'll show you, it'll give you this big box, and there's a ton of little boxes, tons of links, and it looks very daunting, right? Don't worry, it's very simple. One of the things that this does is it changes a lot. It changes a lot of stuff in the game, right? So there's a censor chat button for if you're a streamer. This is very nice because it censors chat whenever somebody swears, unless it's like a extra way to go around it, get around the chat box, or chat restriction, but whatever. You can also just turn this straight off here. If you click the active button, it just turns it right off. You can censor private chat as well. There's a whole list for banned words that you can check out and everything. From here, you can change the think emote. You can change the text for when you say thinking. The text and everything. This is how you can change avatars. How you can change sleeves to be custom sleeves. And yeah, it all takes effect basically as when you refresh the page. So once you change stuff, you can refresh it. You can add different macros here, or macros. You can change the hotkey for your it says DB link. It's referring to the database. And I'll show off the database thing real quick because that is one of my favorite aspects, and this way I can also show off what in game will look like. So I'll click watch, and we'll go back to the game of Foe versus Mr. Peanut Butter. Again, you can change the background to make the background look better. And all of this stuff. So for here, if we wanted to get rulings on how we'll say Big Wing Baphomet works, we can hit F2 while hovering it, and it will pull up the database that will have all the different related FAQs and the rulings. This is super important for a lot of players because a lot of players don't even know that this database exists. Funnily enough, and it will give you a bunch of rulings, especially if they're complicated. So things such as Dragostapelia can be pretty daunting if you don't understand how it works, and it has a ton of different ruling stuff for how it works. So I implore people to use these types of resources. Also, you can if you say you have a buddy that uses it and you want to copy their style without getting all the different links for stuff, well, that's pretty easy. All you have to do is scroll all the way down, and there's an import settings and export settings. I'm going to import the settings that I normally use for my Duelingbook stuff, and it will import the settings, and I just have to scroll back down, click save and close, and if I just refresh the page, my DB it'll have a pop-up for me because I use some custom URLs for stuff. But it might not ask for you depending on where you're getting your images and stuff from. But now my Duelingbook, at least my main menu, looks relatively the same. Because I do like the base background. but the base background with the dark mode does look very nice in my opinion. And this is also how you get to, oh well, they're insiding, so we'll go to the next one where you get like the Yu-Gi-Oh card backs and things such as that. So again, this is how I use it for me. There will be the 2 URLs that you need for the Tampermonkey and for the GitHub down in the description. I really hope you guys enjoy this and it's helpful to you guys. At least for me, it was very helpful when playing because honestly, getting my retinas burned on the old version, it's not that bad realistically, but once you go to dark mode, it is always something that's really difficult to come back from. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. There's a Gemtech code usually in the description as well. You get 10% off any of your purchases. They just did a Gear 5 Luffy Toon World box, which is absolutely splendid. Done with the artist for it was Ellen Thomas. Love her stuff. Absolutely adore it. Please feel free to go support them down in the description while you still can for your deck boxes before Konami decides to update a policy that tells you what kind of deck box you can use. Anyway, guys, sorry to keep rambling. I hope you guys have a great day and peace.